20 was a bitch. All I wanna do is this. Motherfucker don't know. Need to rail in this bitch. Niggas like to go low, but they can't get with this. Nigga trying to make money, starting off real hard. Nigga couldn't even go. Wanna know what's the show? Need to rail on the mic. YouTube streets in the night, doing all that he could. Nigga gon' keep it hood, but the haters won't top me. Motherfuckers won't block me. Assholes gon' flag me. Motherfuckers can't stop me. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Need the real, getting lit, yo. Need the real like FICO. Need the real score higher than a 7-800. That's not a typo. Need the real on horizon. China rope is higher. Troller trying to play me. They a motherfucking liar. AFW on a corner. Can't depend on honor. She recruit another sect. Now she is a wreck. Lame niggas in another space. Seeing dollar signs in this place. Good guys gon' protect the place. Trying to keep the fucking haters away. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas wanna sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware. Hating ass niggas everywhere. Jealous niggas better sit and stare. Need the real, better be aware. Hating niggas better be aware.
Mr. Logic, baby. Come in, Mr. Logic. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, licking it down. Licking it down, baby. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, licking it down. Licking it down, baby. If you don't know, rubbing it down, licking it down, baby. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, using the breaststroke, calling it the breaststroke. If you don't know me, I can tell you about me. I've been doing this for years. Can't nobody stop me. I use my hand, my fingers, my tongue, and dick and all and all. I know that you want it all. You can pick one or pick you all. Baby, I can make you come all over. Lay you on your back and don't wanna turn over. I can make you wanna come back for more and more. Really, for sure, for sure. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, licking it down, licking it down, baby. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, licking it down, licking it down, baby. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, rubbing it down, licking it down, baby. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, using the breaststroke, calling it the breaststroke. One day a
What's up, Mahogany?
California called me. She said she need a massage and she feeling horny. She said she needs someone to give her all the special services she needs. I said, oh, yes indeed. She said she wants someone to go deeper, 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 deeper with pressure. Using your tongue and your fingers. She wants to enjoy all that you have to give. Giving her body chills. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, licking it down. Licking it down, baby. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, licking it down. Licking it down, baby. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, rubbing it down. Licking it down, baby. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, using the breaststroke, calling it the breaststroke. Do you mind if I touch you all over your body? When you're touching me, all over my body, you wanna be more and more, wanna be more and more. Squeezing tight, slower and slower, squeezing slower and slower. Long inside breaststrokes, squeezing her hands while she doing the most. They say, calm down, you're making too much noise. This is reminding her of using sex toys. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, licking it down. Licking it down, baby. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, licking it down.
Yeah, that's me, baby.
Licking it down, baby. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, rubbing it down. Licking it down, baby. If you don't know, now you know. If you don't know, using the breaststroke, calling it the breaststroke. Come on, start it, baby. Give me a happy ending. Lay me down. Start it, I love when you rub me down. Rub me down. Rubbing it down. Lay me down. Start it, I love when you lay me down. Rub me down. Moving that mouth on it round and round. Lay me down. Rub me down. Baby, you know what you're here for. I am here for pleasure, and yes, my body is sore. Word around town, you can give me what I want, and yes, I'm down. You can make a frown, turn upside down. Touch me slow, touch me low. Make me go. You're doing your job. Don't feel right. Don't wanna stop. Don't want you to stop, baby. Lay me down. Start it, I love when you rub me down. Rub me down. Rubbing it down. Lay me down. Start it, I love when you lay me down. Rub me down. Moving that mouth on it round and round. Lay me down. Rub me down. Working your hands up and down. Listen to your mom like in she'll never settle for anything less than satisfaction. She ain't like the reaction. Full of passion, lots of action. Been a dick like a fiddle. Approaching it like a puzzle. Feeling it like a riddle. Feeling good in the middle. Lay me down. Stalking, I love when you rub me down. Rub me down. Rubbing it, rubbing it, rubbing it down. Lay me down. Stalking, I love when you lay me down. Rub me down. Moving that mouth on it round and round. Lay me down. Rub me down. Smoke cold. I know you love it around. Smoke cold. I know you want 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 it around. Smoke cold.
What's up, son kids?
2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. Gotta make that money. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. Gotta make that money. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. Gotta make that money.
Calling me the sector godfather. Type D the real name, the sector get popped. They said that I'm the nigga that they all love to hate. Fuck the damn chat, nigga. I say it's okay. Motherfuckers want the good guys to come back. Wanna beef with real niggas cause they channel whack.
What's up, everybody?
In a motherfucking frenzy. Crazy ass nigga KOM tried to see.
Gonna have a nice Gonna have a good time today. Not for a long time.
2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. Gotta make that money. 2022 was a bitch.
Hope everybody having a good Saturday morning.
The sector wanna see a new beef every week. Especially from new niggas that wanna beef with me. Some say it's fun and some say it's hard. Trigger the bitch nigga, so he exposed the void. Took a trip to Vegas and we was Vegas lit. The haters saw the videos and they say ain't that a bitch. But the damn sector said my rivals tried to take my title. How the hell you try to take my title? I ain't got no fucking rival.
2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. Gotta make that money. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. Gotta make that money. 2022
What's up,
was a
Amiri?
bitch.
Hey, G from the Bronx, you say finally you see your thoughts. I'ma do an extended
came from my license and they came from my accreditation.
Presentation later
All
tonight.
the fucking hating don't stop. The Godfather still came on top. Motherfuckers wanna take me down. Wanna see my dollars go from up and then down. The Godfather gon' win anyway. I end the fucking year wet for the DBA.
2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. Gotta make that money. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is
About to
this.
get to it.
Gotta make that money. 2022 was a bitch. All a nigga wanna do is this. Gotta make that money. What's up, the speed? Easy.
Hate niggas like niggas like, hate 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 niggas like.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Good morning to everybody. This is your Black YouTube therapist, D. Darrell Spears. Once again, I am chilling right now, getting ready to go to the office, getting ready to go to, the brick and mortar, the place that I created. And I decided that after reading 5 Components of Love, shout out to the subscriber that paid for the $2. I gotta do 48 shades of whatever the fuck that is about black men. And I just recently completed it was a quick read. The book took me about 2 days to read. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Usually when I read a book, it takes me a little time because I'm always busy. Very, very busy. And I really, to be honest with you, I really don't have the time to read like I really would like to read. And the reason why is because psychological counseling related research, reading government related research, Medicaid, private insurance. I read a lot. Reading is fun. Miss Priscilla. And then also the Sim God, if you watching too, nigga, stop. We unlock, what's up, brother? To everybody talk about this woman constantly. And the word that I continue to hear is because Priscilla is so smart and she's intellectual. Huh? Are you serious? In order to be intellectual, you have to have a large knowledge base of at least one or more issues or disciplines, fields of work. Also, you have to think on a higher plane above those that are listening to you. You have to explain things in a way that comes with some level of sophistication. I mean, people say Priscilla is deep. I'm like, deep about what? And so I'm wondering, like, for the people who claim that she's intellectual, have you ever been around real intellectuals? Real bona fide intellectuals. And appreciate that, AP. She said you loving the music. Shout out to Amiri. Shout out to Queen. Shout out to AP from the Bronx. Mahogany. So, the Queen Maker. I read the book. 5 Components of Love. What's up, West Bank? There's a problem with the 5 components of love. You want to know what the first component? The components were not expressed in detail. The 5 components that she identified and the way she expressed it in her literature was a reaction to trauma. The whole book was trauma-laden. In order to love, you must understand. In order to love, you must sacrifice. In order to love, you have to do this and do that. love, sacrifice. You have to communicate things that she lists. But you know what? She never talked about the application of any of those components. And I first and foremost, as a person of my educational level, I'm so tired of these Negroes with these self-published books from Amazon. The shit is not truly, it's some self-published bullshit. I'm sorry. And I've said this, if I can say this about people in SYSBM, like the guy that wrote the Negro Wars and other people who published books that I've criticized, I'm going to say the same thing for her. Even Umar Johnson with his self-published shit with no goddamn references. Stop. The book is not truly published. It's fucking self-published, Amazon approved bullshit. And I'm not saying that to be rude. I'm saying that because it is true. I really, be honest, I don't usually read self-published books. If you want me to be frank about it, I usually don't even read books that are not published by a publishing house. I'm just going to be honest. I usually don't. And I didn't start reading self-published books until I brought my ass to YouTube. There are a lot of people who have self-published bullshit making money. She is one. Look at that plagiarized bullshit that Brother Polite engaged in. Basically plagiarized BS. That's number one. What's up, Faith? How you doing, baby? See the Faith factor in here? The book is self-published. It's not legitimately published. And I know some of you may feel some kind of way about that, but I'm sorry. If I ever publish a book, I will go through whatever links to get that book self-published. I'm not, with a man of my credentials, going to go around trying to sell you a book that's not through a publishing house. That's one of the earlier glaring things about the book. Second thing, lack of clarity with references and point of evidence to substantiate her claims. She did mention a couple of she did mention Kubler-Ross, which I am very, very aware of because I use the Kubler-Ross stages of grief. She did identify Rolla May, who's also a popular psychologist. And she kind of identified some other people too. But she did not use the information in the proper. And I don't know why on YouTube everybody want to be a counselor, everybody want to be a therapist. They got people think that they psychoanalysts, they think that they are a psychotherapist without the fucking training. And that really pisses me off as a person who actually went through and matriculated through a KCREP accredited program at the time that spun that into a very lucrative business that I own today. And so she made references to counseling techniques such as reframing, such as using active listening skills. She didn't know what the hell she was talking about. She did not know what she was talking about. She didn't. And as I read through the book, she claims she wasn't religious. Don't you all know in this book, she quoted John 3:16 damn near 5 times. God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whosoever believed in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. You quoted and repetitively put that shit in that book like 5 fucking times. We get the fucking picture. 5 fucking times to say that you're not that religious. You quoted the Bible multiple times. And I'm like, what the fuck? God so loved the world. And it's a beautiful passage. That he gave his only begotten son. So whosoever believeth in him shall not perish, but have everlasting life. But more importantly, it also stated why he came into the world. Not to judge the world, not to condemn the world, but to save the world from all of its sins. I'm just saying. And I'm not holding that against her as far as the publishing. I'm just saying. Because if it's publishing quality, it's publishing quality. I'm sorry, guys. The book had a lot of grammatical errors. The book in itself had a lot of incomplete sentences with incomplete thoughts. The book was written on the level of a 10th or 11th grade high school student. Let me repeat. The book was written on the level of a 10th or 11th grade. It was not written at a college level. I'm sorry. Just because you may utilize certain terminology and place it into a sentence to make yourself appear smart doesn't mean that you are a good writer. The book was poorly written. I'm sorry. The book was poorly written. And if you read the book yourself, you will say the same. The book was written horribly. I'm sorry. The book was poorly written. She could have gotten an English teacher to edit that fucking book and get through the errors. If she didn't want to do it herself, hey, you could spell check and edit your own shit. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm being honest, and I'm gonna be honest. I'm being vanilla right now because when I go live tonight, when I go into the specifics, because see, this is only a summary. Today is only a summary. This is just a summary of what I will talk about later tonight when I put out my notes. Because right now I'm getting ready to go to my, I have, since nobody is qualified to debate you or talk against, I actually help right now as we speak. I'm getting ready to go see a black couple, an African-American couple, deal with marital issues. I've been doing this for over 15 years. We're going to talk about love. We're going to talk about communication, reciprocity. We're going to follow through with the treatment plan. I don't understand what is this fascination with psychoanalytical theory. Her book epitomizes this. I don't understand it within the field itself. Most people don't even practice psychoanalytical theory. Most don't. Most don't. Now, as myself and other practitioners, we may utilize certain aspects. When I implement any aspect of psychoanalytical theory, I look at defense mechanisms such as repression, regression, denial, action formation, sublimation, projection. These are all psychoanalytical concepts that I can identify, and I see that it's observable within people and within our community. Nobody talks about the Oedipus complex. Nobody talks about the Electra complex, the Madonna horror complex. Even though it may have some level of truth when observed, it's anecdotal. Most of all neo-Freudians, Sigmund Freud himself, I'm talking about Carl Jung, Alfred Adler, and a host of others, particularly Carl Jung, because Jung was a student of Freud. A lot of that stuff cannot be verifiable through research. When you're looking at the archetypes of personality, things of that sort, it's anecdotal observation. Freud did not engage in clinical research, nor did Jung. Therefore, the overall importance of those theories, particularly the earlier people, is that they were the first to create a structured format to psychotherapy in the school of psychoanalytical theory. That was in its infancy stages. You know what ended up happening, guys? In the 1900s, particularly in the 1930s, 40s, 50s, that was a shift to what is observable, what can be measured, thus the rise of behavioralism. And from behavioralism, there also was the cognitive model. And then there was a meshing of the two to cognitive behavioral models, which is the models that I follow. And also within that, there was a humanistic model, such as Carl Rogers. Henry Glaser. Existentialism. There were other forms of therapy that were created, other schools of thought that are outside of the psychoanalytical theory. But people get on YouTube and they learn some terms and read a few books and they think they the expert at shit. Like, stop. No, you're not. As a therapist, professionally trained and expert in my field, of all the different psychotherapies they have, I utilize primarily three different models. I utilize the cognitive behavioral model. I utilize person-centered. And I utilize solution focus. That's it. We don't go around utilizing 10 different theories you want to be too extreme, too eclectic, that you all over the goddamn place. What's up, Big O? She did not have the evidence to support her claims. This is not me saying this because I don't like her. It's because this is the goddamn truth. You want to know what this, and I will talk more about this. This book is a testament to the trauma that she experienced and how she wrote this book as a means of releasing her own mental health distress for the trauma that she experienced from her childhood to adulthood. She didn't mention her father until the end of the last chapter of the book, the last 2 chapters of the book. Her father was not in her life. Her father was military. Okay? Her father abandoned her and her siblings. Her mom, I'm sorry, her family was mentally ill. It's obvious her mom was mentally ill. It's obvious there were other people in her family. She actually talked about her uncle who had schizophrenia. She was treated a certain way because she grew up in a toxic family environment where they psychologically abused her. They called her ugly. You know, they used her mom to cook and all kinds of other shit. And her mom was basically busting her ass to please her family. The reason why this woman came up with the notion that men are not capable of love is because she has never been loved or felt loved by a man in her life. The book clearly illustrates that. And I feel sad for her that you're trying to make sense of your own pain because you don't understand how to heal and you need to get the proper help. What's up, Robbie? What's up? What's up, Sheep Stay Sleep TV? She needs to see a therapist. Listen, guys. I've dealt with people like Priscilla before, many occasions. I have clients that have had worse, and I don't even know the full extent of her trauma, but I've dealt with people that had far worse issues than her. And I've had clients that wrote books. And there's a form of therapy that I don't utilize a lot. It's called bibliography therapy. When you basically write a book about yourself basically you're almost like, or we use narratives or something, narrative therapy, but I'm not going to get into all of that. But bibliography therapy is basically when you read books or you write or you use literature, okay? You use literature to cope and learn about your own issues, to reflect on your own issues, to learn to heal. You use references of books, like say a person who's been physically abused may read books on people who've had those experiences, or books that give you coping skills on how to deal with those issues in relationships. And in that process of reading that book, we process it. As a therapist, my job is to provide, professional insight. And so this book exemplifies a person who needed a way to distress to release the trauma and the pain that she experienced. So she wrote a book because the 5 components of love was not about love. The 5 components of love was to highlight people not showing love. And therefore, by them not showing love, in reverse, you should do this. And you should do this, for example. That's what the 5 components of love detailed. Okay? It talked more about the traumatic events that people went through. Okay? And her family treated her like shit. I go through this all. This is nothing new for me. This is typical stuff that I deal with on a day-to-day basis. Like I just told you, I'm getting ready to go into this building. See this building you see right here? I'm on the 6th floor of this building. I'm getting ready to go in this building and deal with a black family, a black couple. Listen, her dad did not raise her. That's a lie. Her dad left when she was young. Matter of fact, when she was born, he didn't want nothing to do with the family. The mom had her because she never felt love. The purpose of the conception of Priscilla Carr was the fact that her mother wanted a child to love, and she thought that by giving love to somebody, it will reciprocate. She's the oldest child. And in return, when she was born, her mother never showed her love. Her mother was abusive, was verbally abusive. She was psychologically abusive. My God, like I'm there's so many other things that I can say because this is a sick individual. This lady is clinically sick. She's very sick. And notice, guys, I want you all to understand the facade that she puts on. The makeup, you know, caking up your face, that's all a facade. This lady has never felt pretty in her life. You know why she has never felt attractive and pretty in her life? Because nobody ever told her growing up that she had any value. Her mother never told her this. Matter of fact, her family, holidays, they verbally abused her. She was tormented. No one has ever told this woman she was worth a damn as a kid. Her mom needed help. I really think she had uncles that had schizophrenia. I think her grandparents, basically, this is several generations of stuff. Matter of fact, it reminded me of when Faith, shout out to the Faith Factor, when she talked about Big Mama and how Big Mama kept a lot of toxic shit in the family. And when she talked about her family, her grandmother was a big mama, Faith. Her grandmother was a big mama. And her grandmother taught her mother to hate herself because she looked a certain way. And then her mother, in turn, because abused people abuse other people, her mother, in turn, because she didn't know anything better, her number one reason for having a child was that she can finally have something to love and love her back. But once Priscilla was here, she didn't practice that. Mental health issues When you talk about generational mental health, shut out the DS1. And for those that want to hear one of the realest people in the sector, check out my boy DS1, Sheep Stay Sleep TV. Her childhood was horrible. Just as a lot of clients that I've experienced that grew up to be dysfunctional adults, they had horrible childhoods. That's why when I see a client, we do something called an assessment, a psychosocial assessment. We start from the beginning. We start from the onset of whatever issues, and we look at your background, because your background, because when we're talking about developmental psychology, can give rise to why you developed in the way in which you developed. But I'm not qualified. I'm just a person with 2 degrees in psychology, but I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about, guys. According to her, I don't know what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna let you all come walk with me to my therapy office. Let me get out of here, man. So because I usually don't even work. On Saturdays, man. I don't even have to. I don't even need the money. Don't need the money. But I do it because I help black families. I'm getting ready to, in about 20 minutes, I'm getting ready to see a black couple that's been married for well over 10 years. And they're coming for maintenance related issues. And I just get appalled at people pretending that they can debate me on something they know nothing about. They have no formal training. They have no practical training either. But when I was on We Unlock's channel the other day, and when I told about the men are not capable of love situation, here you go. Thank you. All right. All right. So when I was told that men are not capable of love, and I told her that her whole book was basically about anecdotal experiences, which it was, she quoted maybe 4 or 5, maybe 5 books, maybe 3. I pointed out 3 psychologists that she talked about briefly. And she did give a reference to those people. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I would never. Why would I debate her? She don't have the. She needs to have my credentials to debate me. I'm not gonna go on YouTube debating people. I learned that with the manosphere. You debate people that are not in your field, and then they start saying all kinds of shit, and then people base who win or lose the debate based on whether they like you or who cooking who. And to me, that's one of the biggest mistakes I ever made being on YouTube, is that I started getting involved with people about things, and then their scale of who wins the debate or who knows what they're talking about is based on theatrics instead of fact and instead of knowledge. And so what would happen is, you got some people like the Simp guy, Daryl Long and others, or whoever that's going to co-sign what she's doing. They'll try to find any little thing that you said, and they're going to tell you don't know. Matter of fact, when I was in We Unlock's channel, when she came up, there were people in the chat, and she got some of the most annoying. She has some of the most. You can see those degrees right there. That prove what I can do. So until she can show me something like that, then she can be able to debate me on what love is, on relationships, and on psychology. She don't have those things. I got those. You see that shit in the middle? That license in the middle? You see that bachelor's degree in psychology? that master's degree at the bottom in counseling psychology or mental health counseling. That's what I have. The problem, the guy was on Daryl Long channel. I forgot the guy's name. M. Drill or whatever the hell. He stated, why are we debating and arguing with this lady when she has no evidence to back up anything that she talks about? If I debated her, basically what I'll do is spend my time telling her misapplication of psychological theory. She don't understand Maslow's hierarchy of needs. She doesn't understand psychoanalytical theory. In her book, she tried to talk about active listening skills and reframing. And everything was based on reaction to trauma. That's a problem. That's a problem. Psychoanalytical theory, even though in its initial phases, was used they use things such as dream analysis and free association, which are techniques of psychoanalytical theory, which are still used today, by the way. Psychoanalytical theory was used for a variety of issues, and not just trauma. But in her position, that's everything is a reaction to trauma. Everybody's not going to go to counseling. They're not going to go to therapy with trauma-related issues. Yes, I got my own papers. I got the papers. I got the white man papers that I've mastered. And I got the black man papers because I actually treat the community. I'm getting ready in about 15 minutes to treat people in our community. 15% of my clientele I do for free. Over 35% of my overall business, whether I'm in Dallas, Houston, or in Galveston County, Houston, or Dallas, is black. This office here in Houston is probably 80% African American clientele. So I'm just being honest. Faye says she would come off more credible if she was working directly with a licensed therapist someone. Yes, she would. But you know what? No credible therapist will co-sign that shit. I'm going to be honest with you. You know why? Because when you attach your name, and this is something I had to learn fucking around on YouTube. And this goes out, and I want to say this to Dr. Watkins' wife, who's a licensed LCSW, I think, with a PhD. See, she's going online talking about she doing coaching, but whether or not you say, even me doing the little dating coaching stuff that I kind of played around with, you can give whatever term you want on YouTube. If you are providing a service and a service that can be dealing with people, and it's quote unquote something that even though it's not necessarily therapy, but it's therapy related or can be in conjunction with therapy, and you're helping them, any of those services that you provide, you still have to follow the same code of ethics of your particular state. So you can go around calling yourself, I'm providing coaching and relationship coaching, dating coaching. I understand when I do dating coaching, if I, and doing it, I still have to operate I still have to under the guise of therapists, because I still have a governing body that I'm still a professional. I cannot departmentalize being a therapist from a service. Dating coaching is not it's basically a online title to handle a specific type of issue for a person. You're coaching. But coming up to becoming a therapist, I did something called job coaching, which is actually a Medicaid approved service. And that's through the state. And I did job coaching. There's actually substance abuse coaching. Okay? Those things, even though I'm licensed, any service I provide that can be in the realm of helping someone from a social, psychological, counseling related standpoint. Like I teach anger management, dealing with domestic violence. If I'm facilitating a group teaching any type of thing, my credentials, I still have to follow the ethics. When you go and spend it, for the people who spent all that money at Priscilla's workshops, if she fuck you up, she has no oversight and no government body over you. If she gives you bad advice, you can sue her for whatever reason you want. You're not going to probably win, but she has no recourse because she don't know what the hell she's talking about. There is no theory. There is no effective way of measuring love. Now, there are instruments, appraisal instruments, and I just recently read up on this. They may take certain dynamics that people measure in conjunction with love, such as providing security, closeness, connectivity, emotionality, your reaction to that person, things of that sort. Whether it's direct or indirect, interaction, and they weight each of those categories to determine how much you love somebody. Truthfulness, honesty, loyalty, things of that sort. But you cannot. There is no way to measure love because love is a subjective emotion. Now, she's been very inconsistent in the book. She was inconsistent. I've heard her say, love is not an emotion. Huh? Love is an emotion. What are you talking about? So therefore, because you with no evidence of love not being an emotion, love is the way you show something. She considers love to be merely relegated to behavioral, observable acts. Love is not relegated to what I can do for you. Love is also partially assessed by how much I feel. I feel about you in a way that is special, that separates from other people. Now, what I wish the book could have touched on is, as we're talking about love, it couldn't have been just relegated to personal relationships and dating, marriage. Because although she highlighted how she never felt love in her life from anybody that was supposed to love her in her family, she didn't have many friends. She didn't start dating until she was 18 years old. And she was a magnet to bad people. For some reason, she had the propensity to constantly attract bad people. And she went to the military because nobody gave a damn about her. And the book doesn't highlight her shortcomings. The book only highlights the shortcomings of everybody around her, which I thought was very, very interesting. The book never talked about, Priscilla, how did you treat people? Priscilla, who did you attempt to show love to? Okay? Who did you try to show grace to? Who did you try to honor and protect? All of these things. Like, it never highlighted any of that shit. It never said anything about how to love. What it talked about was, again, let me tell you, this shit was laughable. Man, I wish I had more time. That's why I'm gonna go live later on tonight and give them more the script, more detail. She was quoting Facebook anecdotal situations. She quoted at least 8 to 9 different things that happened on Facebook. Like, you can tell she was on Facebook for a lot through most of her her social media. All she talked about was goddamn Facebook. This happened on Facebook. That happened on Facebook. Like, it's like you can tell she's a content creator. It's like she's looking at things from a lens of her own reality. And then she based a lot of her thought process on social media. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And everything was related to this man killed somebody. This person harmed this person. This person wasn't safe. All of these tragedies, tragedy after tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. This is facts. I'm going to be honest with you. And I don't want to touch on her and her child, but I'm going to say this. I guarantee you, some of the same things that her mother did to her, she is probably doing those same things to her own child. Notice, at least 30 to 40% of the videos that she goes live, her child is constantly asking her for something. And what does she tell her child? You go back. Go back. Be honest with you. I'm not judging mothers. I'm a father. I've been a father. All my children grown. My son just turned 18. By the way, congratulations to my son last night. They won all district. They won their game last night, 72-28. He showed out. He had he's a linebacker. He had an interception for a touchdown. He had like 10 tackles. He was representing the name. But her daughter comes on the live stream all the time, asking for things, wanting mom. And you know what she do? Go back, go get in there, go do this. Baby girl, why don't you take care of your child first, then go live? Go take care of what your child needs first, and then go and do your live stream. I'm just saying, I'm just a therapist. You know, I got this shit. I'm not qualified to speak. I'm just saying, listen. And I'm getting ready to call it a day. I'm not gonna call her a bad person. I don't know her personally, but people that I know that talk to her say she's basically a broken person. I'm going by the 5 components of love that really didn't tell you how to love. The book does not talk about how to love, how to implement love. Yeah, it talks about the understanding. Yeah, it talks about communication. Yeah, it talks about giving back and receiving love and sacrifice. She focused a lot on sacrifice. Everything was related to something painful. Every example was communicated through pain. Through pain. Everything. What happened to matter of fact, Priscilla, since you want to learn, let me give you a little psychology lesson. I would like you to read a book called In Becoming a Person by Carl Rogers, somebody that I've studied. I would like you to look up person-centered therapy, person-centered, client-centered theory. It will talk about 3 main things: congruency, unconditional, positive regard, and empathy. Okay? I feel like in order to love someone, you have to be able to empathize with that person. You have to be congruent with them, and you have to show positive regard or love them unconditionally. You cannot love everybody unconditionally. That is almost impossible. And her book did highlight, and I did agree with that, what she said. We see people trying to love everybody. I do agree with her on that, as far as, and I will talk about the things that I did agree that the book talked about. But unfortunately, unfortunately, that were for every one thing that she said that I agree with, there was about 50 other things that were wrong. And unfortunately, the bulk of what she talked about did not explain why men are incapable of love. I'm a man who's been married for going on 19 years, and half of the men that I know are married and they love their wives. I've seen men come into therapy, life almost went to the dump because of losing their wife and their family. I've seen men go from being some of the most happy-go-lucky people in the world when they were married, and then they became miserable because they loved their wife and they lost. And some of it was their own fault. Men love women. Now, will every man go around just loving any woman? No. Just like no woman with sense would just go around giving her love to any and everybody. But the fact of the matter, a man will love a woman he see fit worth loving. Now, I can't determine to you how you should love and how you should love, but I'm going to just basically say this. And I'm going to exit out. In loving somebody, in loving someone, listen to, and I'm not saying necessarily using active listening skills. Listen to what that person, how that person responds to your behavior. When a person tells you, I don't like this, I don't appreciate it, listen to, don't try to say, oh, it's no big deal and brush and minimize it. Whatever your partner tells you in their reaction, their initial reaction to whatever you do, listen to that and not try to debate it or combat it or be conflictual with that response. If a person says they love when you do these things, and listening to that, do more of those things. A person said, I don't like when you do these things. Make an attempt not to do those things. What's up, Sister George? How you doing, baby? I'm just giving my analysis. A real professional with the real paper. I got white man paper. But I just want to say this. Look, if y'all want to read the book, everybody kept saying, read the book, read the book, read the book. I read the damn book. If I can read Obsidian book, I can read the guy that wrote the Negro Wars with SYSBM book. If I can read Umar Johnson books, if I can read what's his name? Somebody else wrote a book. Whoever wrote a book in the space, if I can read their books, I can read Priscilla book and critique it. I can read those books. The book was a poorly written book that was written on a 10th to 11th grade level that had a lack of sources, a lack of research-related reputable sources outside of maybe 3 or 4. And the thing about it, what was funny, and I knew this was going to happen, whenever she tried to quote some psychological shit, there was only one person in that book, I can't remember the person's name, that I did not know. Everybody else I knew. So I was like, hell no. And I quickly circled that shit and highlighted it. And I will go more into detail with that tonight. I'm not trying to discourage nobody from buying her book, by no means. The reason why I'm not is because you have the right to make whatever determination you want. Don't let that determination of her be based on me. Please don't. Even though I am a professional, I can tell you bullshit a mile away. But the book is fucking self-published. It's some self-published bullshit. So that lets me know anybody can just write a fucking book with 200 pages like hers, 199 pages, and slap a cover on it, put some acknowledgments in the beginning. All of this shit was based on her life. The 5 components to love was based on her life. This was bibliography-related, therapy-related structure that she used to make sense of her own trauma. This lady has possibly some type of diagnoses. I don't know. I never met her, don't know her first. I can't say that. But this lady needs therapy. It's obvious. It's obvious. She quoted, she was forced to go to she obviously grew up in a religious background. Said she wasn't religious, but the whole book had nothing but goddamn, had God so loved the world 3:6, John 3:16 was mentioned, referenced like 5 fucking times. Are you serious? Stop it. So I'm gonna take a little. I'm just waiting on my people to come in. They ain't here yet. So with that being said, guys, you know, I appreciate you all for being in. I will go live tonight. I'm gonna say probably go live. I don't want to go live too late, probably around 6, 7 o'clock, something like that. And I'm gonna just do a complete analysis of the book. And I will be more, I'm like right now, I'm just being me right now, even though I'm in at my office. But I'm just gonna be strictly professional about it. And I'm just gonna be what I'm gonna do is bring up where she was wrong, and I'm going to professionally explain to you what she really was trying to say and what do these terms really mean. I'm going to use it as a means of providing psychoeducation to the YouTube space. And that's basically it. So that's my cue to go, guys. Y'all have a great day. Peace.